Yo, welcome to Open Talks with Lemo, and this is the most raw, unfiltered, and authentic podcast in 254. If you've watched our previous episode, you know that we bring you vibes on vibes. For today, I have an amazing guest who is my campus friend, and I'll let him introduce himself.
So I'm Mark Antony Ochieng, and I'm a digital marketer by profession and also journalist.
Yeah, by the way, kitu amjui kuhusu Mark is that Mark, when I visit his place or he visits my place, we usually have podcasts worthy conversations. Kitu tu tunakuwa tumekosa, it's a camera, yeah? So Mark, to begin with, we have a culture.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're going to tell us, you're going to paint us a picture. Imagine, this is a question, yeah? Mm-hmm. Imagine oxygen was depleted in the world for 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. What do you think the world will be?
If oxygen...
Like tuseme tu saizi oxygen is no longer there. Like for only 5 seconds. Mm. Yeah? What do you think will happen to the world?
What will happen to the world?
Yeah,
I think if oxygen was depleted today, the first thing that will happen, for 5 seconds only.
Only 5 seconds, yeah.
I think people would not... we'd have people with the complications would suffer because we have people already, like they always have this pre-existing medical condition. And also, I don't think it would have much effect in with plants and all that. But for us human beings, maybe a bit of an effect. But 5 seconds is bearable for human beings. So.
Okay, so I want to paint you a picture. I think by the hiyo ni kitu nilikama across internet. And I saw the role that oxygen plays in our life, yeah? So for 5 seconds, number one, all the buildings would collapse. Okay, because wenye wajanja wenye mlisoma chemistry covalent and sijui or bonds, oxygen plays a huge role there. So all buildings would collapse because there is no bond. Then also the water in the sea would boil because seawater is H2O.
Yeah.
So it's only hydrogen that is left, and you know hydrogen is very, very flammable. What else? Niliona nini ingine what will happen? For humans we could not die because you know humans, maybe when you are on complications, but humans can hold a breath for like even we've seen divers hold it for a very long time. Yeah. So on to the topic of the day. There was a time I went for a retouch, for my dreadlocks. Nikaingia na si salon, msiseme salon inaitwa retouch center or something. And I asked these people a question. I asked them, what will you define failure to be? Now, in your own context, what will you define failure to be?
I think for me, failure is failing to achieve my desired goals.
Okay.
And sometimes goals are not just those tangible things. Sometimes goals are like things like happiness. That's a goal, you know. Yeah.
Okay, it's meeting. Sorry, like mesema.
Like I said, for me, failure would be not achieving my desired goals. And I think my most desired goal for me, it's happiness. If I'm happy at the end of the day, and you know when you're happy, it means everybody around you and the people you care about and all that, it's sorted. Yeah. If I'm happy, I think that for me is...
Because I had a very heated conversation with these people. What I don't know, is there a real definition of failure? Because one person was saying, what you've just said, failure to meet goals, okay? Another one was saying failure to meet responsibilities and all that. But maybe I'm like, failure is not trying to meet your goals. I don't know how I define it. Imagine, you set yourself to achieve something, but you fail, okay? Does that make you a failure? So, or your goal, maybe you said like your goal is happiness. Okay, like what do you define happiness to be? Because if you fail to be happy, does that mean that you failed in your goal, or what happens?
I think it's something, happiness is relative in that the way you define it. The same way the definition of failure is also relative, because whatever I define as failure is not the same as you. Because you noticed I chose happiness as my like that standard that I've placed for success.
But happiness, me sometimes I think that happiness is an illusion, yeah? And I came an interesting thing that you should not be happy. Like, not that you should not be happy. Happiness is literally overrated, you get? That you chase. Do you know, ushaisikia You want a goal, right? But you getting to the goal, that, like the journey to the top, it's what like keeps you going and such, yeah. And achieving the thing, does it really give you that gist, like you're and that
you see, achieving the thing doesn't really give you that the same what's the word for it, something like the same morale and the same ile kupenda kufanya hiyo kitu, like you know when you're looking forward to something, it's always so nice and you're really like eager to get to it, but once you get there you realize there is even a higher place and all that. Back to what I told you, like when I placed happiness there as my the thing that I'm using to measure success, the reason I chose that as the thing isn't that when I'm happy, I'm suddenly like smiling. Like the most subtle form of happiness is maybe, let's say, you're smiling, you're smirking there, and you're happy about everything. It's not that. Happiness for me is that general position whereby everything is sorted. You just feel comfortable. Obviously, everything can't be sorted, but those things that matter. I
don't want to know where does your happiness come
lie.
From. Yeah. Okay, lie actually.
I think my happiness lies in seeing those people I care about happy. Because at the end of the day, imagine you seek your own happiness, like internal happiness, and try and avoid environment, like your habitat's happiness, like people like your family, your friends, maybe if you are engaged in some romantic affairs and all that, and they're not happy, and you're happy. Is that true happiness? Because at the end of the day, we must also seek unto others for us ourselves to be.
Okay, like we must, like it's a gap, like it's a void that must be filled by others.
A void that must be filled by others, and you realize that as human beings, we are made like that. We measure our success relative to other people. It has never been about you. It's about other people. Even the clothes you're wearing today, you're wearing because other people are going to see you.
Okay.
Yeah. Very few people just wake up and wear something.
So you don't do, I don't know. Because some people usually say that, like you shouldn't care about what people think. You shouldn't care about what people think about you and such. So in your context, will that really be applicable?
Not caring about what people think.
Yeah.
Yes, you shouldn't care about what people think. Okay. But remember, there is people and there are people you care about. So there's like two definitions here of people. Okay. So there are those people who are in your circle, and there are those people who don't really matter. Now, people here, I think it's your environment, the society. Don't care about what society thinks, but let me tell you, you'll care about what your father thinks.
Oh, that is also relative. But
I know it's relative, but that's just an example. Okay. Maybe your dad or your romantic partner.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Actually, so I see a lot of things that people fear. People fear failure, and people fear failure so bad. Yeah. But actually, there's a definition. There's what was it called? A scientific term for fear of failure. It's called. I'm about to introduce you to a new type of failure. It's called attachiophobia. It's not attachment. This is a kuogopa attachment or anything. It's attachiophobia now, which makes people be like, I fear failure. Personally, do you fear failure?
I think failure is a step towards growth, because the more you fail, I think when I was coming here, we had a discussion about you going to swim with a friend, and you almost drowned. Yeah. But you realize drowning, at the point where you are drowning, you realize that you wanted to get out of that place. So, the fact that mulikuwa deep end na mulikuwa mnaanza kuenda chini. See, you did something to get out of that place. And that thing will be hardwired in your brain for quite some time. Unajua ukirudi huko tena kuswim, you'll be better off.
I think because this is the second time that I'm almost drowning. So I fear drowning.
Yeah.
Manze, there's a friend of mine called Teddy. Teddy, we went for swimming. I think you were there too. And Teddy almost drowned. He almost drowned, and I was like, by the way, let me save this guy. And I also dived. Bro, miss dive. So I dived to go and save a person. And then in a minute or two, We too, we are being saved by other people, you see.
Yeah.
Which now I think that's because I went and repeated the same thing with the same guy. I think like 2 weeks ago or something, yeah. And so my reasoning is like, why do you think people have that fear? Why are we wired to be like that? Why are we wired to fear failure? Where actually failure is a good thing. Why are we wired like that?
Well, we are wired to fear failure. You know, failure is something bad.
Yeah.
And it will make you feel in a certain way. Most probably kitu kama utakuwa sad, si ndio?
Yeah.
And people don't want to be sad. Sasa you'll do everything to avoid hiyo kitu kufanyika. Lakini unajua the more you're avoiding that thing, the more it will come ndo uweze kuichallenge.
Because I think there's a point that you've said that people fear, like maybe you are sad. You like you want to kill that part of being sad.
Yeah.
And so what you do is that you chase happiness. Yeah. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
But do you know the act of chasing happiness even goes and makes you even more
miserable. Yeah.
Yeah, kuna kitu inaitwa the feedback loop from hell, from a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This guy says that you should be, you as a person, you should be comfortable with sadness, right? And I think another reason why people fear failure is not wanting to stand out, right? Like for example, maybe you want to start a business, okay? And the business that you're about to start is really, takwambiaje, it doesn't maybe align well with people from your circle or something, with your family, and so you don't want to stand out. And I think that's, I don't know if you've experienced that.
Yeah, it's that you don't want to be put in a position where people are looking at you in the bad way. You always want to be on top there. And in pursuit of being on top there, you don't want to place yourself to scrutiny. I think ndo nasema.
Okay, yeah.
Kitu kama hiyo. Sasa in the process of doing that, unajipata you even do more messes. Kwa hiyo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you yourself, have you ever been in a position whereby you feared to do something because of like repercussions? And this is an example maybe.
Yes, just yesterday. I was at
okay.
I was at an event where I work. We host these trainings for people who come from other countries. Okay. So jana we had people from Ethiopia, Nigeria, and just many African countries. Sasa unajua mimi nilikuwa cameraman. Okay. I wasn't meant to be the cameraman that day. Nilijua tu I'll be going there to get some videos za marketing na nitoke hapo. But something strange happened, nikaitwa, nikaambiwa niongee. Sikuwa nimepanga kuongea. Okay. For a minute there, nilikuwa like kama niseme tu jina yangu na niache. You see, hapo na escape kitu. I'm escaping that scrutiny. Naogopa kuwa maybe I'm not prepared enough kuongea. But I think I just decided to confront it at the end of the day. Nilikuwa na hiyo kitu kwa akili yangu. I was holding the mic for a second there, nilinyamaza kwanza. Nikahave a deep breath, nikawa like, niseme jina yangu ama I say a lot. Niseme, not a lot, but a bit of something. But I just decided to go with a bit of something. Nione tu venye itaenda, and it was okay.
Ilikupeleka vizuri. And by the way, I've also realized that the Gen Zs, we are bred different. I don't know how and why. We are so different from like millennials, you get. Even in the workplace and such. I don't know how also that affects our psychology in terms of like thinking about even work, because do Gen Zs really fear failure?
Gen Zs?
Yeah. Do we really fear failure?
I think Gen Zs, if they fear something, they don't even start doing it in the first place. They'll just shut it off, shut it down.
Okay.
But when they are in the process of doing it, or they decide to do it, they'll go for it.
Yeah, interesting, because actually we've had a case in this country where there were 2 maandamanos.
Yeah.
And you are there. you are there on the front line fighting for our country.
Yes.
Anyway, it went how it went, yeah. And then I also think social media distractions, we are living, I don't know. Have you watched Social Dilemma?
No.
You've not just, okay, kuna movie naitwa Social Dilemma. Guys, you can check it out, it's on Netflix. Here, I don't know how the algorithm is planned to be against you. You get, not to be against you. It's designed for you, and yet it it works against you, designed for you but works against you. Yeah, how will you defend that?
The social the
the integration of social media and fear.
Integration of social media and fear. You know, and I think we've had this discussion also before. It was on like TikTok, for instance. You are in a position where maybe you've undergone a heartbreak. Kitu kama hiyo. So unajua the first reel ya kwanza unaona, and I think this is something from experience. Reel ya kwanza unaona yenye na encourage towards it's always a negative thing. Yenye naongea something towards how ulikuwa treated, but it puts you in a position yenye wewe ndo the victim and the other person is the devil. Si ndio? Sasa unaona ya kwanza, and you know TikTok has this thing it's called predictive maintenance. Hiyo algorithm ilikuwa nasema yenye once they realize umeanza kuona this certain thing and there are these controversies na hizi vitu watu wanasemanga ati TikTok can also they use the camera sometimes to see your emotions. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that, and I won't like say I have verified it, but there's that. But what I know is they use predictive maintenance to like see how you'll engage with the post. Ukika hapo sana, or like you comment.
Like for your case, you said something about heartbreak. Yeah. So like, was it something you saw or what happened?
You see, after it wasn't. Now that's so personal. Let me not get into it evil. It was like after a breakup. Then now umeingia pale TikTok ama Instagram. Instagram also has it, though in a low scale. Wamejaribu kureplicate ile ya TikTok lakini hawajafika hapo. But hapo niliingia TikTok, the first post niliona hapo ni kama ina devalue the other person. So unajua naangalia kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, but this is something that I already thought of in my mind. Juu saa zingine unakaa
I think kuna watu fanya
I had to stop somewhere. Juu nilirealize the first 4 reels nililetewa zilikuwa about the same thing, relationships or something about relationships ama kitiko related nayo, vitu kama hizo. And it happened also on Instagram. And the same thing went on to happen also on there's also this you know,
Twitter
not Twitter really. Twitter ikwangi hivyo. I think Twitter is a bit different. It is just Facebook and Instagram and TikTok.
Because what I see about it, Missy Jui, I don't know, do they hear like what you think? But kuna watu fanyaga media buying. From what I know, from my very little knowledge of digital marketing, there's something called targeted ads. So I think there's something called targeted algorithm, whereby if I show you a reel of, you know, a football, a FIFA, like watu wanacheza FIFA. So if you spend so much time there, then the next possible reel will be the same, and the next and the next. And so on the issue of heartbreaks and such, I don't know why. Sijui mbona manze. Hiyo shit inakuaga, it's designed against you.
And it gets worse. Like inaanzanga na kitu subtle, it goes a bit juu kidogo, then inaendanga worse ikiendelea.
And you said about devaluing the other person. What did you mean by that?
Devaluing the other person. Like sasa si wanasema kitu ina kuvalidate. Ina validate your feelings. Ndo ikuweke like in a position. By the other person pia akisikia the same thing, atakuwa like, ule jamaa alikuwa.
Have you ever heard these 3 sides of a story?
Yeah.
So actually there is your side. Okay, maybe me and you, we have an altercation. Sijui kama inasemango hivyo. Inasema hivyo?
I don't know what like altercation in
if it's not there, I've invited. Hey, I've invented. Oh my goodness. If it's not there, I've invented the word. Invented. Yeah. So maybe tukosane, okay? And then we have another person here. Between you and me, you know that I was wrong, and you know that you are wrong, okay? But there is a very different story that you don't have, because you prove your side to be right, and I prove my side to be right, which now happens to a coin. A coin has only 2 sides, okay? Sorry, a coin only has 2 sides, your side and my side, but there is one other side that we leave alone. The truth. Now the truth, nikupe example, like a judge in a court is the one on trial. It's not you, it's not me, it's the judge who is on trial to, like, you know, to know what the truth is. Yeah. And also I was thinking, how does like failure affect you as a person?
How does failure affect me as a person? I think
like maybe from experience or anything.
From experience, I think mimi nakuanga mtu mwenye nakuanga kwa kichwa yangu sana. I'm in my head more than how I communicate with others or how I talk. So for me, failure huwa inani affect juu unajipata unajipiga sana uko ndani internally, and that's something yenye inani propelling ku avoid situations that lead to failure. But after reading this book called The Alchemist, I think you've read
Yeah, I've read The Alchemist.
Yeah, The Alchemist, I think, taught me something. Everything happens for a reason. And even the smallest thing yenye imekufanyikia kwa maisha yako iko na greater good. So if you look at life that way, I think utaangalia kila kitu positively, and even the worst situation utaangalia tu like kuna light mahali at the end of that.
Bro, there are some things that happen in your life and even unashangaa hii light, like where is the light in this, you get?
But you see, hii kitu ya diamonds, bona diamonds inachukanga like siku mingi sana kuwa formed in the earth, and once formed they're really valuable. Why? The more you are hit, the more something good is coming your way. Na saa zingine, I think we judge ourselves. I've had a discussion with a friend also, yenye alikuwa ko like, mbona hapati kazi? Like she's really looked for jobs, ametembea. Then unajua siku hizi kutamak is not the same as kitambo. Siku hizi utafika hapo akuambie tuma email. Siku hizi huwezi enda huko na karatasi tu na kitu kama hiyo. So ni LinkedIn ama hizi sites za job. So, you know, I was telling her like, unajua kikaa tu chini na realize kuwa the reason why hujapata kazi for this long is maybe unafaa kuskill up, or maybe something good is coming away. Ukipata hii yenye unataka saa hii haraka hivi won't be as good as, and I think I'm an example. There was a time yenye my friends around me wako na kazi, they have jobs and everything. You included, Sete, all our friends, ndio. And you know, ningekaa hapo chini na nianze kuangalia like, mbona mimi sipati kazi and all that. Singewahi sit down and really work towards skilling myself na vitu zingine kama hizo. It wasn't really about the skilling. I think also it was about preparing yourself mentally for the job. Juu unajua employment si rahisi.
Yeah.
I think nimekaa nje na nimekaa ndani. I prefer outside. And I'm looking my
you've tested both sides and you're like,
I'm looking for ways to get out of it again.
But when you say that the more you are hit, the more you get better. In a way, I tend to disagree with that.
Yes.
You see, life can throw you, inaitwa spanners. Life can throw at you spanners. Na manyundo na manini hizo zote. And nothing good can come out of it.
No, it's not true. There's like always something, you're just not seeing it.
But does that not put you in a position whereby you have a closed frame?
You know,
of thinking that even in our situations that maybe you have created, something good will come out of it.
Unaona, mara mingi kuna kwa na hiki kitu tunasemanga ati unaenda kwa Mungu, unaomba like uko like, if you are a believer, that is, unaenda kwa Mungu uko like, mbona hizi vitu zinanifanyikia? Why me? Unaona? Lakini kitu ujuangi ni kuwa blessing yenye unapata leo ni uliombea labda siku ingine juu where you are today or where you are the moment and you are undergoing all that shit. Unaona? All that things zenye zinakufanyikia. There is something little. How much small it is, whatever. Inaweza kuwa ni kitu kubwa sana, but now it's small because you're at a different position.
Okay, yeah.
So you're just not appreciating where you are.
Actually, I think okay. I beg to. I agree so much with your point. You see what happens when what I've come to learn. You can maybe see that you should not pray for life without problems. Actually, that bro, wezi ishi yo maisha, wezi ishi ati tuwe uko, you get. So just the other day I was writing for my blog, and I wrote about a life without problems.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, sometimes back in my life, I was thinking that I didn't have problems, you get. But then looking at it from another angle, I realized I had problems, you get.
Yeah.
So let me give you like an example. Saizi venye niko nikiangalia in my class 4 I didn't have problems. But then remember that in class 4 my neighbor uko Ushago hakuwa ameweka stima. You get? So akaleta simu i-charge. By the way, you've been to our place, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
So unajua venye kuna kaa. So akaleta simu i-charge. Na ilikuwa Friday after school. So what I did is mimi nilieka kwa shots. Nikaenda kucheza bano. Okay? And then I go, mimi narudi kwa nyumba, I sleep and all that. The next thing that happens, it's a Saturday morning. And you see, unajua, si unakumbuka when you were in primary school, how we loved sleep on weekends. I don't know if you were there. But then I realize, I hear a knock. Yeah, so yeye ni Mkikuyu. Akasema, wakamuni dagira azimu. I like, nimekujia simu, baba Kamau nimekujia simu. And my dad is like, simu gani? So mimi nimeamshwa, and then for the next like 1 week or something I was manzi nilikuwa kapitia, I was disciplined first. And every time my dad was like, wewe unafaa utafuta hiyo simu, you get. So looking at it from that time, you see I had problems. Like even before that I also had problems. Come to class 7, mimi nimeenda boarding yenye nimeenda, watu wanatransfer, a lot of people are transferring. And I have FOMO now. Okay, I also want to transfer.
Yeah.
And what I do is I recruited my friend. His name was Jefferson Wambugu.
Yeah.
In case you hear this, I recruited Jefferson Wambugu to see how we are going to transfer from this school. And Jefferson, namwambia tuweke omo kwa chakula. So namwambia tuweke omo kwa chakula yenye tunakula. Tuweke omo kwa chai, tuweke omo kwa, you get, tukonjeke. Ndo tupate reason ya kutoka shule. But then unfortunately Jefferson Wambugu alikuwa anakula special, which is mchele. Alipeaga kijana wa class 2 mchele. Akasikia iko na omo. Akasikia iko na omo. And Jefferson was disciplined in a way that I had to stop whatever that I was doing, you get. But the whole point is, you should not pray for a life without problems. You should pray for a life with better problems and one that you have, good handling skills. Okay.
You're like saying we should pray for problems.
So this is a thing.
Or a better way to place it, we should pray for challenges.
Kwani, is there a difference between a problem and a challenge?
Sijui, lakini unajua problems. Ukisema tu hivyo problems. Anyway, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but we actually come to think of it.
When you look at it as a mathematical problem that can be solved, sindio? Ukiangalia hivyo, in that angle, ina make sense. Sindio? But ukiangalia kwa angle ya sisi hapa Kenya sasa, ukisema pray for problems.
You get where I'm getting at. I think I have a point, though I don't want to make it. Because it seems we Kenyans, we prayed for problems, for better problems, only to find they are worse problems.
Yeah, but that's just a light.
Yeah, I think also fear of failure gives you super anxiety. I've had instances where you also were struggling with insomnia so bad. And I was also there. And part of it was coming from me not seeing, like, bro, unacheki venye tu ulisema light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes, bro, hakunaga light, yeah? I don't think in all instances there is light.
There is light?
No. Sometimes you just have to change the tunnel.
No. Okay. Maybe there is always light. Hiyo kuchange the tunnel ni nini?
I don't think that is being evasive of the problem.
And that's not being evasive. I think it's reacting to the situation. Sindio? Kitu kama hiyo juu ukiwa na shida, you must find ways za ku get out of that problem. And sometimes finding ways za ku get out of that problem is to try and maneuver. And inaitwangwa kuna kunga na hii term, to morph, to change. Like una change. Juu situations saa zingine ni mbaya, but wewe umeshikilia tu hapa. I think hiyo ndio kunajaribu kumean.
Yeah, situations they can be
but bad. Umeshikilia tu, utaki kutoka, umeshikilia hapo, mimi sitoki. But
yeah,
but there are signs. Kama kuna kunga na hii story, though it's a bit of a cliche, but hii story yenye inasemekananga ati unajua saa zingine Mungu huwa anakutumia signs za kwa there is a problem, but you ignore them. Ukisema hii si ya Mungu, ya Mungu inakuja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unajua God does send signs. But you see, here's the other thing. That I remember 2 years ago we had this discussion, and I was on the point that God, how will God send you signs and God already knows the end?
How will God send you signs?
Yeah, and he already knows the end.
I think
acha nikupe example.
Yeah.
Jesus and Judas. Okay? When Jesus was choosing the 12 disciples, he knew that Judas will betray him. He's like, ideally, we have God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. He's God. And he had the knowledge that yo manze wewe utani betray, unani get. But pia hakuact.
Aliwacha tu iendelee.
Yeah, like how will God send you signs and he already knows the end? He already knows.
Judas betraying Jesus, was it a bad thing?
From a moral point of view, yes.
Yes. But from the greater good, remember the alchemist and the greater good thing? It was part of a system, part of a process. Judas had to happen for maybe Christianity to happen the way it happened.
But unacheki, why? Because why Judas? Why Judas? Why him specifically?
Do you see Judas as a bad person in this context, or Judas as blessed because he had a chance to fulfill God's plan?
I think kutoka Kenya, what I gather from the Bible is Judas ali betray Jesus for love of money. You get? Alimuzani 30 silver coins or something. You get? Is that the Bible tries to paint a different picture of Judas?
Like yeye ni mtu mbaya. Lakini ukisoma hiyo Biblia tena uta realize you're just reading that part. Unaona the whole of it. Angalia kitu kama the disciples, the 12 of them.
Yeah.
Kuna hadi walikuwa wanaitwa Thaddeus, Matthew, sijui kina nani.
Thaddeus.
Yeah. Thaddeus alikuwa anaitwa the other Judas. The other name is Thaddeus. So there was another Judas actually. Si ndio? Sasa kwa disciples wote mgani wanakumbukwa sana? It's Peter.
Yeah, Peter prayed. Yeah, Peter.
After Peter?
John.
After John?
Matthew.
No, Judas. Judas. Actually, after Peter is Judas. Like, yes, in a bad light, but jina yake inakuwa mentioned saa zote. So, ukiangalia in a bad way, yeah, Judas did a bad thing. But in another way, utarealize. So, kama Mungu ni all seeing, like, yeah, anajua vitu vitafanyika uko mbele nini kila kitu. So, inamaanisha Mungu alijua Judas atafanya kitu. So, he was chosen to do that.
Yeah, yes, but then again, why is it that now Judas is bad from this case? Una get?
Yeah. But Misionika is bad. Like he was bad, like the Bible paints him as bad. But that's the problem. Ukisoma tu Biblia na hiyo point of view pekee, ni mbaya. Lakini ukiangalia kwa hiyo the bigger thing now, the whole thing.
Because why I say he's bad,
yeah.
He even went ahead and committed suicide.
Yeah.
Aliko like, oh, Jesus. Yeah, Jesus said, oh, Jesus.
Lakini imagine, huyo mse. Lakini sasa imagine mjama mwenye alicommit suicide ndio tunamkumbuka sana kuliko watu wengine walikuwa wazuri kama John.
Okay, I think that's an open point. And also by the way, hata umenikumbusha talk about Jesus. Some things in life will happen and you won't know how. You get?
Yeah.
Utajuaje? I've done the translations. But sasa here's the thing. When Jesus was at Gethsemane, the garden of Transfiguration happened or something. At Gethsemane, Gethsemane?
Gethsemane.
Ilikuwa itwa Garden of Gethsemane. Where Transfiguration happened ni wapi?
Hiyo yenye alilia ati
damu yeah.
Transfiguration na hiyo si different ama? Transfiguration ni ile ingine yenye huwa wanakujiwa na sijui ni Elijah na mtu mwingine I don't remember who the other person.
I think we all tunafaa turudi CRE manze, naona mwalimu alianguka. So what happened is I think at the Garden of Gethsemane, if I'm not wrong, Jesus went with John, Peter and James, right? Kama sikosei. Ni hivyo. Si ndivyo? Sawa, ni hivyo. He went with John, Peter and James. And he was praying for them. And he told them, aliwaacha mahali akawaambia, pray that you don't fall into what? Into temptation.
Yeah.
Then Jesus prayed. And that's why I'm telling you, actually what your point, that there is a bigger picture. Because despite Jesus praying, he could not change that Peter will betray him.
Yeah.
That did he know that Peter will betray him though? Yes.
Yeah, you know.
But he prayed that Peter will... Sijui kama unaniget, bro.
Nakuget. Hakuinterfere na the course. Aliacha tu vitu flow venye zinafaa.
Yeah, that is my thinking. So I think sometimes I was thinking that, you know, in life we follow a script.
Yeah.
That your life has already been mapped out, and what you're doing is just following a script. Anyway, back to what we're talking about, yeah? Also, fear of failure gives you procrastination. Bro, do you know proper procrastination? I was a proper procrastinator. I no longer identify as one. And I don't know what you will define, before I define, I don't know what you define
as
procrastination to be.
Procrastination.
And is it good?
Kusongesha vitu mbele uzifanye. Is it a good thing? I think it's not really. Si kitu poa. Juu ukiendeleza kusema kwa nitafanya kesho. Hiyo kesho haitaifika. But procrastination also has led to the world. Kumbuka ile mambo yangu ya kuangalia vitu in ways. Najua it's a bit awkward, but angalia mtu kama in history we have Leonardo da Vinci. This guy was procrastinating. Lakini juu ya procrastination, angalia almost every invention that was made. Akona hand in air travel, akona hand in medicine, akona hand in so many things. So he's adi art. See, most people know him because of the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa yenyewe ilipaintiwa for how long? For a very long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, procrastination is a good thing. Ukiangalia hata unajua procrastination we are talking about here. I'm not actually trying to say it's a good thing. Sasa nasema ati tuanze kuprocrastinate leo tutakuwa kama Leonardo da Vinci. Remember he was procrastinating, but alikuwa anamaliza hizi vitu. Unafaa tumuulize maybe plan yake.
Alikuwa anamaliza. Most of you, I think most of you
kuzimaliza, but they were really somewhere. Hizi vitu zote zilikuwa already they had a form. Azikuwa ati ziliandikwa tu jina zikaachwa hapo. Juu kama hiyo medicines alichora human body nini na it helped the early doctors to understand the what inaitwaje the system mwili yetu venye inafanya na kila kitu. Pia kuna vitu alifanya ndogo zikasaidia air travel.
Okay,
kuna vitu ndogo alikuwa.
Kwa niliona isiendo alichoranga the first helicopter.
Glide nazo hapo chezea. So by the time the Wright brothers wakikuja kuinvent ndege, najua they built on other people. Amongst them Leonardo da Vinci. So procrastination in itself, it's not a good thing. Ukifanya at some level, but actually I don't think we should be doing it. But you have to judge venye Leonardo alikuwa anafanya kila kitu. Remember history pia iko written in the perspective ya ule mtu alikuwa anamuona. Haijaandikwa kwa perspective yake. Labda angetuwekea kitabu chini ya to show his ways.
Me I think procrastination, bro, me your kitu imenihit. I've for long I wanted to start projects, you get. I want to do this, but then I'm like waiting for a perfect moment. And I realized, you see, manze, waiting for a perfect moment is a very bad disease, yeah? Because that never comes. I wanted to start a blog. Now this is my personal example, yeah? I wanted to start a blog. I usually like to write, you know, I write my thoughts, you get. And then I was always like, bro, I'm finding I don't know, I'll find a good time, and because unajua hii kitu inaitwa the universe. People say that the universe will make it happen. You get? It never makes it happen. It's you who makes it happen. So mimi nilikuwa tu nakaa tu, I'm waiting for it to happen.
Itafanyika tu masaa yake.
Yeah. And then just one day I meet another friend there who then, you know, akanionyesha the writing softwares. Sorry. Saidieni maji manze. Saidieni maji. And then I was like, I wanted to like get better and better, you see.
Yeah.
But me waiting, bro, I had to wait for like 2 years for that thing. For me to be able to write, you get. But anyway, it'll come. In a way, procrastination is good. Okay? In a way, procrastination is good. And also in a way, it's not good, you get. procrastination gives you insomnia, it gives you crazy anxiety, and most importantly, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You get? What do you understand by imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome. You know, I think once you have imposter syndrome,
Okay.
Now you know kuwa unafanya kitu. Do you know imposter syndrome itakukujia tu when you're doing something and you feel like you're not good enough. Acha nipeane example. Mama venye tuko hapa tunaongea hapa sasa hii.
Yeah.
When you are starting, unajua when you're starting something work kuna kwanga na a bit of tense nini kila kitu. Imagine all of us hapa tulikuwa na hiyo thought ya atufanyi poa sana. So for me imposter syndrome ukiniuliza, I also have had it for a very long time. I've never felt like hii kitu ya there's this thing wanasema kuwa intelligence is stupid.
Intelligence is stupid.
Intelligent thinks it's stupid, but stupid thinks it's intelligent. Mara mingi kama wewe ni mjinga, unadhani unajua mingi sana. Lakini senye unadhani unajua mingi sana, una feeling wewe ni mjinga. Umeget hiyo kitu. Hiyo ni
mimi sasa nasikia mimi ndo mjinga. Ati umesema nini?
Yeah, no, that's the imposter syndrome.
Ati rudia.
Yeah, like I'm saying, intelligence thinks it's stupid and stupid thinks it's intelligent.
Intelligent. Sijui kama umesikia hiyo quote manze. Like, intelligence thinks it's stupid.
Na stupid thinks it's intelligent. Yeah, put it in a person.
So they are both right, ama? Are they both right?
No, unaona time yenye unafeel unajua kitu sana. Acha nipeane example sasa. Okay. Time unafeel unajua kitu sana. Like ni mimi najua na you want to tell people when unaijua and you don't listen to other people. Mara mingi hujui ya kutosha. You might have the information na kila kitu, lakini the fact that kuna hiyo information yote, there's something you can miss. Lakini that's now the stupid. Sasa the intelligent guy ako kwa situation yenye hata why feel ni kama najua ya kutosha and they'll always want to know more. Kuna mtu anaitwa DeGrasse, jiko unamjua, he talks I can't remember his full name, but something DeGrasse. He was in the CEO podcast. I don't know, it's called the CEO podcast.
Diary of a CEO.
By Steve somebody, the Diary of a CEO. Okay. So this guy, ukimsikia venye anaongeanga, there's juzi nilikuwa nafuatilia one of his a podcast yenye alikuwa ameenda hiyo Diary of CEO. Alikuwa anasema like for him kitu huwa na hope for. Hopingi like vitu ziko settled, like his life gets settled. Ana hopingi kuwa afike to a point yenye ako sawa, but now there are bigger problems, better problems. Ile kitu ulikuwa unasema pale mbeleni. So unaona this guy, by the way, I listen to him a lot. This guy is super intelligent. Like he does a lot of these calculations in his mind. Nini unaweza muuliza hii kitu na he has the answer to it, but not at a point of knowing. It's at a point of knowledge.
Oh, okay. At a point of not knowing
niyo nika he amefika hapo to that point yenye anaweza answer hizo vitu, but he still feels like he needs more.
That's interesting. Yeah, you've mentioned knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge and
knowing.
Knowledge and knowing and wisdom.
Those zinafanana.
Like though, knowledge and wisdom. What's that differentiation of knowledge and wisdom?
Wisdom ni experience, knowledge ni kujua.
Okay.
But wisdom iko na experience hapo ndani na hiyo.
Yeah, that's the information, yeah. So and then now that we've discussed all this, how do you overcome failure? Maybe you can give a personal example of what failure means to you. Okay, here's an example. Okay. So unakumbuka nilikuambia story ya kinyozi. Nilienda kwa kinyozi nikaambia wase, what do you define failure to be? Kila mtu alikuwa na definition yake. Yeah. One guy told me that a person who fails in class is a failure. Do you think so?
No.
Why?
No, because a person who fails in class, I know somebody mwenye alikuwa anakuanga last of our class. Saa hii, yeye ndio first of our class.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he's first up class. There. He's up there. I don't think failing in school is failing. That's failing in something. That's not. Is it even failing? Should we be calling it failing? Sometimes mimi naangalia like ile kitu nilikuwa nakwambia like unaona kujua kitu haimaanishi unajua. Kuna point utafika, you'll still need another person. I think we are blessed differently. Na kuna watu wenye wako na soft skills, kuna watu wa hard skills. Na hizi skills za mkono na vitu zingine vitu kama hizo, na kuna watu wanaweza thrive sana kwa vitu kama hizi philosophy nini, vitu kama hizo. The world always takes watu wenye wanasema quotes wanafanya nini kwa ndo intelligent, si ndio? But for me I actually think even that artist ama mtu mwenye kazi yake ionekani, hata ule kinyozi. Kwanza kinyozi, watu wa kinyozi, we should appreciate them.
Yeah. I think we have a common kinyozi guy.
Exactly, we have a common kinyozi guy.
Flowers to that guy, yeah. So we had, mimi nilikuwa nawaambia, he's not a failure. You see, he tried. Like you see, he's in school. You get? But then if he's in school and he failed, yeah? Does that mean that whoever didn't go to school failed?
No.
Okay.
Ulijipata tu kwa position ukwenda shule. I have an example, a very awkward one.
Okay.
Oscar Sudi.
Hey.
Akona do. Unaweza mchukia, unaweza sema anasema ujinga zote, there's a way he talks, but you know with school kutaenda shule kuna venye mtu anaweza ongea. But financial intelligence, hata kama aliiba, basi aliiba vizuri.
Yeah, good thing.
What the hell ni aje huko juu. You'll find this story, uta realize he worked smart at some point. Worked hard at some point. That hard smart.
So work smart or work hard?
Hard smart. Juu smart siku hizo watu wanachukulia vibati, ka utaki kufanya vitu alafu unasema ati mimi na work smart. No. Just work hard, but usikuwe ile ya kutoka kwenda kazi asubuhi na kurudi jioni then unasema umework hard, ama umebeba vitu. Kwani si watu wa mjengo wanabeba vitu kila siku? So they're working hard.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Because me, I think now to give an example that I was to give, I gave an example of, you remember Faith Kipyegon, our very, very decorated athlete. Yeah. So she, I think earlier this year, she was sponsored by Nike to do ilikuwa a mile and 4 kilometers, a mile and 4 minutes, I guess, or something. And by the way, there's a documentary that even was, Universal Studios or created or something, to follow her journey. Okay, I think it's been a 2 years journey or something. So from when you alikuwa naanza, that even she a custom costume was made for her, shoes nini designed for her. But despite all these preparations, she didn't meet the record. Okay, it ilikuwa 4:06. And here is now how you redefine failure. Here's the point that comes to how you redefine failure.
What she did.
But because, yes, she did not meet the target. Okay? But what Nike did, I maybe personally alikuwa heartbroken that she didn't.
She was supposed to meet a certain target walimwekea ama...
Yeah. Ukumbuke story? So alikuwa ana run for... Unacheki venye Kipchoge ali run...
Ineos.
Yeah, alikuwa anakimbia for how long? 42 kilometers.
2 hours mark.
2 hours ni 42 kilometers 2 hours.
And 2 hours.
Bro, unajua acha kwanza hata umenikumbusha. Unajua 42 kilometers what it means? Na unatembea under 2 hours. Unatoka Thika hadi Nairobi.
Hiyo ndio 42 kilometers.
Na unakimbia bro. And that guy got gas, yeah.
So
for Kipyegon,
yeah.
Yake alikuwa amewekwa 1 mile 4 kilometers. 1 mile 4 minutes, I guess. I think unajua 1 mile ni sijui kilometer. I don't know interpretation of kilometer.
6 something.
Yeah. So ilikuwa under 4 minutes. No, 4 minutes. 4 minutes flat. But she had to make alifika 4.06. Do you know what Nike does? Nike turns that to a campaign. I think Safaricom also did the same thing. Yeah. Wakaanza kuonyesha. It's like she taught us we can break barriers, you see. So when you feel like you've tried something and like it's not working and it has not worked, you get choose how you redefine failure.
failure. And on that, when was this documentary like done for? Like nikite last year hivi?
I think last year, because whatever happened was like they were preparing for the shoot, and then sasa it's a 2 series thing, yeah. Kuna episode 1 preparing, and then there's episode 2 of the actual run.
Yeah, now you see like hiyo kitu inatuonyesha ku redefine failure, but now let's come to Faith Kipyegon in 2025. I think she broke that record.
Oh yeah.
She broke record yake.
Oh ile 1500 meters.
Yeah, 1500 meters. She broke a record somewhere anyway. Sijui kama ni the same thing, but she broke Iko marathon. Hii ni 1500 meters sasa, si ndio? She broke her another record somewhere, and actually sahi I think she's one of the greatest something hapo. I don't have the details of it, but ali break some records in 2 races, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so
by the way, manzi ana break 2 record, yeah?
Yeah, ana break 2 my records.
Okay, so there's another point that says start microfilling on purpose. Start microfilling on purpose. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe expound.
You feel you fear failure. Like again, I'll give the personal example of my blog. When I was like, wanted to do my blog. Ujama, his name is Eric Karani. Shout out to that guy. Aliniambia, Jumi nilikuwa namwambia I want to write like 20 pieces and then I'll start posting them. But he told me, no, manze, you don't need 20. You only need 1. You get? Which means post what you feel is 80% complete. You get? It's only by failing that you get to know. Actually, I don't. That has jika kuna kitu inaitwa failing. But it's only at not meeting your target that you get to know what to do to meet your next target, right?
Yeah.
And then
and on that thing, yeah,
microfilling on purpose, yeah.
Microfilling on purpose hiyo sasa. I think saa zingine pia you just have to start. Just start. I think umesema 80%. Mimi naweza kwambia uko na hiyo 50.
Okay. Yeah,
uko na hiyo 50.
You're good.
Like unajua 50 inamaanisha iko proven. At least you can write. Si ndio kama yako ilikuwa blog situation.
Yeah.
At least you can write. Sasa from there so unaweza develop going ahead. Yeah.
And then something that I came across very interesting is building your failure resume. Okay. Unajua kwa in the social media like age that you are living in, most of like as creatives, you are also a creative, yeah. This guy does some amazing graphic design, yeah. So you've done something, yeah. Na unaona bado hii kazi si fiti, si ndio?
Yeah.
And so you don't want to post it.
Yeah.
But from what I gather, post it. Like do what you feel, I mean like post what you feel you failed at.
Yeah. Na hapo kwa post what you feel you failed at. This week nimekuwa kwa situation yenye tulikuwa tuna develop hii webinar. It was webinar finance. It's a training institution, so we train people on a lot of things. Okay. Finance na hizi soft skills za kampuni. Si hizi courses ni soft skills tu. Sasa tulikuwa tunatengeneza hizo vitu. Then I remember I had a poster and also a friend had a poster in marketing. But after kuonyesha yangu this girl alikuwa anaogopa kuweka yake juu kina Michelle.
Yeah.
Kina Michelle are in sales. So these sales people who wanakonga hard sana on marketing juu wanatakanga ku divert attention on marketing, but actually hao ndo wanakonga na some issues. But that aside, back to this guy mwenye anataka kushare nini yake. Wako anataka kushare, but he actually had a good thing. Alikuwa anaogopa criticism. Once you shared, you see mine was there, ilikuwa sawa. Sisemi ilikuwa mzuri, but it was okay. And it had criticism. Like aliona venye watu wanagonga yangu like kidogo
wakashangaa hiyo na sasa yangu. Yeah, I've seen that.
Kuja like hiyo kitu tumeweka hapo. People always have ideas. Wenye spectators are the best players. So unajua hiyo kitu like wako like do this. Jive venye nafanywa lakini which is okay for me. I welcome those things. Saa zingine unakonga like sikuwa nimefikiria hivi. Acha nindeni. Actually I went to adjust it, unaona. But this guy alikuwa anaogopa. He eventually showed it juu angekataa anyway.
Yeah.
But at least from there you learn something. Unaona ukikuwa criticized ndio utaweza sasa ku make hizo improvements, and sometimes your perspective iko limited. Sikia watu wengine wanaweza kuwa wajui but wako na hiyo idea. That idea is enough to propel you to great heights.
Yeah, actually to add on kenye umesema, I think you should, sijui kama pia hii iko ama pia mimi na invent crocodile skin. Tunasikia crocodile tears. So mimi nasema crocodile skin. Unajua venye ni ngumu, it's hard to penetrate. That you should be able to like literally handle criticism.
Yeah.
I've done some work for some people and they're like, no. Mwingine anakuambia bullshit, yeah? So anyway, Yeah, you should, come to a point of that.
And it's something in graphics designers actually face a lot, kwa sababu utarealize vitu kama unafanyia mtu kazi. Nadhani unajua hizo memes za graphic designers. Unafanyia mtu kazi lakini mtu akona corrections mingi. Sometimes it's not a problem. Ni tu penye anataka kitu yekwe. Unajua ana feel hapa si mzuri, anataka yekwe hivi, lakini wewe unajua vizuri design principles, uko like hii kitu ikiwekwa hapa si mzuri sana na vitu kama hizo. But at the end of the day, remember me, what I learned ni kuwa in such situations the client is right. Mfanyie tu, provided you showed him the right, or him or her the right way. Just do for them how they want it.
All right. So that has been our very, very amazing episode. I'm sure this conversation, manze, haikuishia hapa. We shall make plans and he shall come back. He's a very amazing guest. So thank you very much, Mark, for making time to be with us here. Yes. You can give your handles before we close.
Yeah. So
camera 2.
Yeah, camera 2. So as I said again, I'm Mark. So on social media, I think on Instagram, I'm Mark Antony, 3 underscores, then Mark Antony. You can also follow my work at _UKCL. Now that's my organization. Inafanya hapo kando. I think these are my official handles at the moment.
Yeah, all right. So manze, itabidi tumefungia hiyo chapter hapo, but the closing of one chapter is the opening of another. Keeping it real. Open Talks with Lemo.